Dottie, do I have another call?
Yeah, you have another one of our regular callers. You have Richie, who is someone who has a medical problem that you'd like to talk about.
Okay, Richie, are you there?
Yeah.
Hi, Richie.
Hi. We spoke last December. I was the guy that had diabetes that didn't know he had it for such a long time, and you said join the club.
You had just diagnosed it?
Yeah, that was the one I was just diagnosed, you know.
Okay, tell me what's going on.
Well, I did follow what you said, no matter if you're sick or this and that, keep exercising, and you said give me a good number last December. I think it was December 5th, and I was about 131, and now it's about 94, 95.
This is your blood sugar?
Yeah. So that part, okay, I mean, there was no one else who could do it for me but me, so I had to do it.
That's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah, it's, I guess that's why I'm calling. You know, you always say a lot of times on the air, and I totally agree, that a lot of people call up, they kind of know what the answer is before they call, but I'm calling, and I honestly, I don't know what, but I have sort of the guilt that I'm taking somebody else's time away, but the thing is, I really don't have, I don't have an answer to what my problem is. The problem is that I've been doing everything that I can do. That's, you know, since I feel so much better. I mean, I'm thinking, I'm doing, but over the last, excuse me, over the last 2 or 3 years, I've submitted myself to situations, relationships, 2 of them, to being treated like I would never let myself be treated before.
How do you mean?
Well, I mean putting up with stuff, basically making or seem to be making the relationship an illusion that I feed into by giving so much of myself almost, well, this is something that I have realized, that I'm getting false gratitude in return from the person.
Boy, are you convoluted, pal.
What's that?
You're very convoluted. Are you saying you give too much insincerely in order to get something back?
To feel that I'm needed or that...
All right, so are you saying you invent the relationship?
Well, okay, can I...
I like it in small little nuggets. I'm not as
all right,
able to understand...
I'll try to give you a small little nugget. After getting out of one relationship, ending in 90, I got into a relationship with a girl who basically is not a wicked woman, who is just well, either she is the most wicked woman in the world or she's just real crazy. She has somewhat of what you mentioned one time on the show, a screen memory. And that's something that I was able to identify with. And the thing is that I started seeing her. We basically just talked on the telephone. She never even trusted me to give her address or anything, and she had no reason not to do that. But I put up with it. I was sick with diabetes. I didn't really care, I guess, maybe. Then
okay, you don't need to go any further.
Okay.
All right. You picked a relationship that was wrong for you.
But why did I submit myself to that?
Because you're desperately lonely.
Man, you don't know how lonely.
Well, that's why people do things like that, all right? Wait, don't go any further, and don't give me a rhapsody over this, all right?
Okay.
Let's just admit it. Your loneliness is either your friend or your enemy. If you have a life work, and you have a belief in yourself, and you have a goal, your loneliness is the time in which you accomplish these things. If you're working someone else's job, and you really don't care about what you do, and your life isn't going in a lot of places, then your loneliness is a constant nag to you because it's saying, what are you doing with your life?
Exactly.
What is your life worth? You're going to be dead soon. Will you have lived your life? And of course, when you have diabetes as a diagnosis, with all of the emotional ups and downs of diabetes, tell me about it. I'm diabetic.
I know.
All right. With all of the confusion that goes in your life sometimes trying to sort out these chemical changes caused by rapid changes of insulin and blood sugar.
I also didn't mention one other thing, too, which I should have mentioned the last phone call. I was born with hyperkinesis. Now they call it ADD or whatever.
Whatever.
Okay, but that's
Whatever. Let's not try to make it more complicated.
Okay, very good.
Your life is about finding a goal to believe in. What do you do?
I'm listening.
What do you do?
Try to make that.
What do you do? What do you do for a living?
Oh, I was up to getting sick. I was a very very good guitar player, singer, professional entertainer.
All right.
I've done that since I'm like a kid.
Are you practicing?
Unbelievably practicing every day, 3.5 hours, 4 hours.
Okay. Are you getting back into the groove?
Absolutely. That part, yes.
Okay. Are you making connections to get your stuff out?
Well, no, I'm going to be moving to Las Vegas. I'm at home right now, which is not a real good place.
All right. So the main thing you need to do is get your career and your act together. Realize that there is nobody who belongs in your life right now because you're rebuilding. And anyone who comes into your life now is either going to be sick, overprotective,
A bad deal.
or trying to manipulate you. So there's no room in your life for anyone. Your loneliness is a good thing because it's the time you fill your life with yourself, and it's the time to grow. And sometimes, if you can understand that, and you can take that to heart, this becomes the challenge and the moment when your life changed. Keep your diabetes in control, work out, get some exercise regularly, eat right, and work. And next year is your year. But this year is a year for rebuilding. We all have to rebuild before we can run. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.